The important development of the day is that the Jungle Chetty area, which was a matter of concern yesterday, that has been fully cleared by the joint efforts of the Army, the Air Force and the ITBP. About 125 persons have been evacuated from Gaurikund. 100 more are still there. About 2,000 people are in Harsal, but they are under the charge of the army and they are being looked after. 2,000 people are in Harsal, but they are under the charge of the army and they are being looked after by the army. The focus of the rescue efforts tomorrow will be in the Harsal area. A total of 83 aircrafts from all agencies were deployed today, of which 45 were from the Indian Air Force, 13 from the Army, and 25 from the state government and other agencies. Another important development is that the local police and the local state authorities have now reached Kedarnath and Gaurikund, and the identification process of the dead bodies has started. There have been some media reports that certain taxi drivers are fleecing those who have been stranded, and the state government is now taking action to deploy its own taxis and transport to evacuate those persons who can come down by road. The requirements of the fuel for the IAF have been fully met. 35 kiloliters of ATF has reached Gochar, and over the next 12 hours or so, another 112 kiloliters, which is in transit, will also reach. At present, Joshimath has no fuel, but it is expected that by this evening, fuel will reach Joshimath. With regard to telecommunications, the work is going on in full speed to restore the towers, both by the BSNL as well as by the private operators. 75 satellite phones which were imported by the government are being used by various agencies for the rescue and relief measures. I have CMD BSNL with me, and there is an important development. The BSNL has set up a helpline which is free of charge. There are two numbers. The first is 1503. The second is 094-120-24365. These can be accessed from anywhere in India free of charge. If anybody would like to know the location of any of their families or friends who are still missing, they can ring up these numbers, and the last active location of the BSNL mobile phones will be informed to those who call up. So these helplines will be able to tell you where a particular BSNL mobile was last active in the area. So this will help to find out the location of those who are still not, who have still not been contacted by their families, or their families still don't know where they are. The BSNL has also provided a free phone facility at the BSNL telephone exchanges, helipads, and at various control rooms in Badrinath, Joshimath, Gaurikund, Guptkashi, Gochar, Barkot, Uttarkashi, New Terry, and Dharchula. So those whose mobile phones are not working, they are able to reach out to their families from these telephone exchanges. The Health Ministry has dispatched 3 trucks of medical supplies. They are being moved to Dehradun and they will reach sometime this evening. The state government has also requested for some support for counselling, and 3 teams from Nimhans, Bangalore will be sent to support the state government's efforts in counselling. The Cabinet Secretary's meeting also reviewed the availability of food grains. These are satisfactory at present. There is no shortage. Langars are running and there is absolutely no problem. The issue is relating to some of the locals who have expressed an anxiety about their availability of food and fuel and other essential commodities, and these also are being ensured by the state government. The Railways is running a special train from Haridwar to Mumbai this evening via Kota. However, as we had mentioned earlier also, there doesn't seem to be too much of a rush at Haridwar station, but those who want to avail of this facility, this has been provided by the Railways. About 5,000 people are in Badrinath. However, they are in hotels, they are being looked after well, they have food, they have access to television, their mobiles are being charged, and the rescue and relief operations in Badrinath will be taken up after those who are there in the more critical areas are evacuated. So 5,000 people in Badrinath are there. However, they are comfortable, they have their facilities. Of course, there are issues that they have been there for some time, but all the basic amenities are there. There have also been some appeals by the NGOs. NGOs have wanted to donate relief material to the state government. The state government, as of now, has appealed to NGOs not to send relief material at the moment. At the moment, the state government is fully involved in the rescue and relief measures in the evacuation, and any relief material by NGOs they would be able to receive only after 48 hours. So the state government has appealed to the NGOs not to send any relief material at the moment because that is not required, and it is only after 48 hours that they will be in a position to receive and manage these relief materials. So with this, I will now hand over the floor to General Bhatia of the Army and to the other senior officers who are here to give you more details of actually the operations on the ground. General Bhatia, please.
Thank you. In the last 24 hours, we have rescued 2,000 pilgrims overall, approximately 550 from the area of Jungle Chatti, Kedarnath. This is a critical area I had spoken about yesterday. The area is totally clear of all survivors. We have fanned out to every inch of the area. We are reconfirming that, and the aim is to reach out to each and every survivor there and rescue him, provide him food and medical, and thereafter evacuate him and make him speak to his near and dear ones and evacuate him thereafter. In the area of Jungle Chatti, 420 were evacuated by the helicopters of the Air Force and Army Aviation, and another 120 by foot. Gaurikund had 225 people out there, personnel over there. There are totally 100 left, 125 evacuated by foot. In this area, we have also cut off from the road access, and aim is to get the foot tracks, the mule tracks, roads cleared for the light vehicles, and then the road for the heavy vehicles. We had positioned the army bridge, which was flown from Pathankot. That should be reaching any time now and will bridge the the Son Ganga at Son Prayag, and thereafter the road to Rudraprayag will also be through. At Govind Ghat, we evacuated 1,228 personnel today, and the area of Ghagaria is clear. There is no criticality out there. There is no one left to be evacuated out there. Some of the locals who are staying back are the only ones who are out there. Badrinath, the evacuation has started out there. There is a bridge which is not connected. We had built a Burma bridge yesterday. A second bridge from the army is being put out there, but the recce has been done, and that bridge also we are likely to be in position by today late night, and by tomorrow evening, if we can get that bridge going, then we'll be able to evacuate people who are stuck at Badrinath. In the Harsil, that is where the focus is going to shift. There are nearly about 2,000 people in Harsil, but Harsil to Gangotri, there's all have been brought down to Harsil, and they are well taken care of at Harsil. Between Harsil and the road to Uttarkashi, in 3 different stretches, there are people who are walking along, and they are being taken by foot, by part vehicle, part foot. Where the vehicles are stranded, we are using those vehicles as a shuttle rather, and taking them to the next place where the road is there, then walk them down, and thereafter bring them down to Uttarkashi. Tomorrow the effort will shift to Harsil to get everyone out from Harsil safely. In the area of Jamnotri, 600 have been rescued from there. They were cut off in the area of Hanuman Chatti. That is a short of Janki Chatti. And there's a 300-meter breach out there that is being repaired. Some of the people do not want to leave from there because the vehicles are there. In the area of Tawa Ghat, we had pulled in the 39 children who were on the trek to Pendari Glacier. There were some locals in a place called Sabola who had collected out there. There were 2 village ladies who were pregnant. They could not be evacuated because the road was cut off. We moved a lady medical officer, another medical officer, and the delivery was successfully done in situ out there, in place out there. Both the mother and the child are healthy and safe. They had to walk about 25 kilometers to get to them, and it was done wherever they were stuck. In the next 24 hours and beyond, the aim would be firstly to reach out to everyone out who is to be rescued from top, facilitate the evacuation from the roadheads. Weather being clear, Badrinath and Harsil would be cleared. Not definitely by tomorrow, but we'll start major operations there. And aim is to get the roads through. First, foot tracks should reach everywhere, followed by what we call a mule track, so that the ponies and all carry the rations. And the major cutoff areas will get the light vehicles going. Gangotri light vehicles have gone yesterday, and they come down also. Yesterday I said the 2 vehicles with 2 drivers were stuck out there. They could not drive, so our driver had gone, got the vehicles back, got the men back out there. So after the light vehicles track has come up, we'll go for the road repairs in totality. To sum it up, we've got nearly 6,300 troops deployed out there, 13 helicopters, done 117 sorties, evacuated 2,000, rescued another 2,000. Overall evacuation of about 20,000. We've got 7 medical camps, 20 medical teams, and efforts are on to save each and every individual. Thank you very much.
Yes, Shahid, you have a question or later?
In total, how many people have been so far rescued from all locations, and how many are still stranded all over?
Yesterday, we had mentioned that about 20,000 people, 22,000 people are still there in various locations. 22. So today, 12,000 people have been rescued.
Of the 20?
Yes.
How many have been rescued? I mean, up till now, how many have been rescued?
Total, I think we have about, the figure should be about 80,000, 80 to 90,000. Yes, 80. I'll now request Air Marshal Dev to give us an overview of the IAF's operations today.
It has been a red-letter day for us. In spite of the bad weather, in 250 sorties, we have rescued 3,100 pilgrims. 3,100. In this terrain, a few in fact, Air Forces operate in this kind of terrain. And in the limited period that we had to rescue 3,100, even if I say it myself, has been a damn good job. Wouldn't have been possible if we hadn't had support from Army, from DGBR, from ITBP, and NDRF. They got the roads going, they got the fuel there, and our boys managed to fly and get 3,100 people out today. 3,100 from all over the place. This doesn't include Pithuragarh. Okay, it'll add maybe another 50, 60 from Pithuragarh. But we got about almost close to 1,000, 968 or 988 at last count from Harshal, less from Jolly Grant. Then operating ex-Gaucher, going to Badrinath, and Pithuragarh. At Shimla also we are operating 3 V5s, and they have extracted close to about 120 people. So in spite of the bad weather, I'm happy to report that it's been a good day for us, and we hope it's the same tomorrow. We have no problems with fuel anywhere. Coordination is good with the state government, with Army, NDRF, ITBP, border roads, and assets are holding. Weather wasn't too good. Our morning sortie, we'd launch a C-130 in the morning, early morning hours from Hindon. This aircraft gets airborne, goes over the area of operation and tells us what's the weather like. Weather wasn't too good. So actually we were a little worried. But as the weather cleared, we managed to first start it with Dharasu, and thereafter Gaucher and Jolly Grant took over. Pithuragarh was the last to clear, so flying operations were on till 1830. So I really don't have the figures of Pithuragarh, but we'll only add to this. In sum, what we have done till now is we have evacuated close to 9,228 persons. 9,228 persons in 7 days. We have flown 1158 sorties. We have moved 150,000 kgs of load, air landed or dropped, all in 7 days. No mean achievement for any Air Force. Sorry. And to do it at this altitude and in this terrain and this kind of hastily constructed helipads, it's very difficult. And touch wood, we all done this till now without any incident or an accident. We're used to get some bridging equipment. In the fixed wing, we used everything that we have except the C-17, which has just come in, and there's no requirement to use it. We also use the Mi-26 to move fuel, move Bowsers. We have a Garud team on ground at Dharasu, basically to help with the casualties and to help with the crowd control. We have 2 DMC vehicles, disaster management communication vehicles. One is located at Dharasu and the other is at Jolly Grant. Tomorrow, the weather prognosis is not too hot, but if we get a break, we are well positioned. Even a break of half an hour, 45 minutes, sorties are being launched because we are forward based and the places that we are addressing are not too far. They are within 10 minutes flying distance. And we are in a position to rescue a substantial amount of people with 45 assets deployed. Badrinath, we are considering using the Mi-26 at Badrinath. Our preliminary calculations show that it won't be too much of an advantage because currently we have a chain of aircraft going. Sorry, I got to keep my mobile on now. So we have a chain of Mi-17s going that go and land at the northern airfield at Badrinath, and they're evacuating those who are staying there. But like the General has said and like what Ms. Kapoor has said, there isn't too much of a problem in terms of health and sanitation at Badrinath. People are comfortable. That's that. We'll give you a report tomorrow on what we do at Badrinath.
Thank you. I now request for a report from the ITBP.
Good evening. In last 24 hours cycle, almost 4,600 stranded people have been rescued. This includes rescue as well as evacuation. Our main concentration was in two exits. One was, of course, the Jungle Chetty area to open the food track. That has been successfully done. As a result, the stranded pilgrims could be evacuated from there. And we put maximum efforts in the Badrinath exits. The people stranded, few of them came down from Gagaria side. That has been cleared. Now Govindaghat is almost totally cleared. Then we have established a base camp in Pandukeshwar, that is on the way to Badrinath. And road from Badrinath towards Joshimath, almost 11 kilometers, that has been opened for vehicular traffic because a lot of vehicles are there in Badrinath. And in between Badrinath and Govindaghat, that stretch, there is a problem area there. We have built a rope bridge, we can say. In our parlance, we call it Burma Bridge. And as a result, those who are willing, they can pass on, and today almost 500 people have crossed over. Because even if they cross over, it involves another 17 to 18 kilometers they have to walk down, then only they will get the vehicle. So those who are willing to do that, they are coming down and crossing over. And that is going on till last report came, and it will continue tomorrow also. Why we have established a Adam base in between? It's a place called Pandukeshwar, because if this trekking of 17 to 18 kilometers, somebody wanted to take a rest or somebody held up there to feed them, for that purpose we have already established, and almost 300 to 400 our people are there to evacuate the people from Badrinath. Besides that, in Pittaragad axis, our people have moved from border, started visiting the border villages, almost 14 villages in the Dharma Valley. Each villages we have visited and inquired about their welfare. Some of them raised their issue of shortage of food. They have been provided from available our resources there. And these villages are, of course, these are migrated villages. They visit that village only in the summer season for the cultivation purpose. Normally they have reasonable stock for total season to remain there, and when the snowfall starts or the winter season starts, they come down. They have an alternative village in the plain area. These villages also express their desire to be air evacuated, because in between there are track blocked. As a result, they cannot have a regular movement. They also express that has been conveyed to the state administration. As already mentioned, total 75 satellite telephones, out of which 25, of course, that is available in the country, that has been provided by the Tata Telecommunication, and 50 which has MHA has imported from Hong Kong, that has been collected and distributed to NDRF, BRO, ITBP, Uttarakhand State Administration, Himachal Government, Air Force, and one for the MHA as a control. Tomorrow my main attention will be towards the Badrinath axis, and people, those who are coming from Badrinath, immediately evacuate them to down below. We have established our cell, as well as we are clearing the Joshimath also, so that people should not get stranded there. So the vehicles are being arranged regularly. our vehicle as well as whatever vehicle available there, that is being mobilized and people are being sent out of Joshimath so that at the earliest that area also can be cleared. That is what the last 24 hours and the next 24 hours our plan. That is all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll now request Brigadier Kataria of the Border Roads to give us a brief overview.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming on to the major axes in this area, the major axis from Rishikesh up to Uttarakhand remained open. In fact, now we are allowing more and more heavier vehicles to pass over them. Number of buses which are carrying the pilgrims back are moving over it. There was one spot which was giving us perpetual problem. That was at kilometer 106. We have improved it to a large extent and now put a dozer also in the same location so that any vehicles which get stuck can be pulled out and the traffic doesn't get stranded at any point of time. Wherever we are identifying such locations which are likely to give perpetual problems, we are dedicating some equipment at that stage itself, leaving a few buoys so that they can pull out those vehicles and there is a smooth flow of traffic. Coming on to other side of the same axis, from Gangotri to Harsil has now been opened. All the pilgrims which were there in that area are able to move back. In fact, all the light vehicles are able to reach Harsil. But between Harsil and Uttarkashi, it remains a major problem because a lot of damages have taken place. Another issue which is there is the land which is there. The road is damaged in such a manner so that in case we cut into the road, there are villages, houses on the top, they are likely to fall down. So we have to go very cautiously in those areas. Coming on to the other axis from Rishikesh up to Joshimath has brought out, remains open up to Govindghat. Short of Govindghat we have reached. The two bridges which were inducted, which we talked of, with the Air Force inducted yesterday up to Dehradun, have almost reached their location. From short of Govindghat, we have to carry it manually. Each of the components, there are hundreds of components in the bridge, they are being carried manually, man-packed by the people on the site. The site preparation, the bank seat preparations is already on. Hopefully, tomorrow we should be able to launch the bridge on the Badrinath axis. Similarly, the other bridge which was meant for the Kedarnath axis is on its way. Fortunately, we have an alternate axis which is available, which directly goes and meets at Gupt Kashi. If you remember, I mentioned day before yesterday that we assisted the PWD in opening this axis. We are getting it on this axis, and so right up to Gupt Kashi and up to Sonprayag, this bridge will reach directly in vehicles. Thereafter, we'll carry it man-pack for a short distance, and thereafter, again, attempt to launch it maybe tomorrow. So that is the state as far as these roads are concerned. Himachal, we had major success from Wangtu onwards till Powari. We have opened the road today evening. And the meaning of this opening the road up to Powari is the side. Similarly, connecting Powari means that the district headquarters at Rikong Pyo, which was not connected because of the road being not opened, is open now. So Powari to our areas, and number of equipment have already arrived in place and are working with full zeal and enthusiasm. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will now request the NDRF to give us an overview of their operations today.
Good evening. The major area of operation where we concentrated today, it was the general area, Jangalpatti, Gaurikund and Kedarnath. Since morning to the latest report which we received, we have rescued 373 personnel so far. The northern axis, especially the Kedarnath, Rambada, Jangal Chakki, Jangal Pani, the northern ridge, it has almost been cleared. Our team carried out search and rescue operation up to, there is a place called Ghinora Pani and about 2.5 kilometers ahead of that also. So we didn't find any live victim in that area. As far as the southern axis is concerned, the Gaurikund, Rambada ridges on the left side, those are also made very clear. The terrain is very, very difficult, inhospitable. Even the movement is very difficult, and we have tried to fan out in these areas and try to search out if there is any live victim. Coming across with the dead bodies also. But the problem is that now the dead bodies have started getting decomposed. And if we try to identify, mostly the cloths on the dead bodies are not there because of must have been dragged by the slides. So the personal belongings like possessions like identity card or driving license or any document which can certify, those kind of things are not being generally found. In Jungle Chakki area, we have our medical first aid. There we provided first aid to 171 persons, including 18 who were having serious injuries. In general area, in the Kedarnath mud, today 3 sorties were made and 31 victims, including 2 to 3 journalists, they were also there, along with the sadhus who were not ready yesterday to come along, but now they have started coming. So 31 have been evacuated and 81 more were ready to get evacuated. So including laborer also in that area. So there are chances that maybe by today evening, by the time there was sunset, must have been evacuated, or maybe tomorrow morning they will get evacuated. There in Kedarnath, today the police has done the Panchnama of the 10 dead bodies. There was one dead body which has been identified as Mr. Subodh Mishra, age 40 years, and is son of Hariraj Mishra, residence of Rajvansh Nagar, Patna. And one identity card was also found, as a result of which we could make out that this dead body belongs to so and so. As far as the mandir is concerned, that Kedarnath Mandir, there is a lot of slush. It is from 7 to 8 feet high, and in that slush we are expecting that there will be dead bodies under the debris or that slush. So efforts are being made tomorrow to try to take out the dead bodies and find out that if we can identify and hand over to the police. There in Kedarnath only today, our team they have recovered 83,97,300 rupees from the plunderers. They probably must have taken out that money from somewhere, and it was handed over to the civil administration there at Fata. And one 7.62 mm rifle SLR, it was also recovered, probably must be of some police personnel, with proper its butt number, which is 116, and registration number is 100500155516. It was again handed over to the civil administration there only. Today we tried with the help of UAB. We have taken the UAB, the team there, to carry out the survey, the search of that area. Area is being scanned. So tomorrow again it will be done, so that we are sure that area is clear of from any live victim. And almost the area, these axes which was given to NDRF is almost clear. But we'll try to finally tomorrow again carry out the search in detail with the help of this Netra also, so that we are satisfied that no live victim is found before the rescue operation, especially for the live victim, is closed. That's all from NDRF side. Thank you. I'm SS Guleria.
Any questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
What is
sir.
the final yes
Whatever figures that the state government has given, the central government is going by those figures, and as the Honourable Minister had stated yesterday, that the operations are still on, and it is very difficult to ascertain what is the death toll at the moment. We don't have any update. Yesterday the state government has said about 550. Today I don't have the latest figure which they have released, but whatever figure the state government has, it's a provisional figure at the moment. The rescue operations are on. You have heard from all the agencies about the situation there. So I think it will not be really proper to give a final figure as of now.
Mr. B, we have got some SMS from Badrinath, proper Badrinath,
and there some people have got stuck, and now they are facing some food problem, food shortage. So this is not question, but just to inform you that we also got some SMS.
Yeah, I'll take that question. Since you came late, I actually started my briefing by saying that the government is aware that about 5,000 people are there in Badrinath. However, they are being well looked after, they are comfortable, they are in hotels, they have access to food, to shelter, to television, to mobile phones. That is not the critical area as of now for evacuation. As soon as the links are established by road or otherwise, they will come down. The critical areas that we mentioned earlier continue to be in the Harsal area. Also people who could be lost in between, who have no access to any kind of food, to shelter, that is the first priority of the agencies. So the government is well aware that there are about 5,000 people there. But as I said, they are being looked after, and as of now there is no emergency. There is of course an understanding that they would be getting impatient, but as of now the first priority is still to ensure that those who are in much more difficult circumstances, they get help first.
मार्शल देव आपसे एक बात एक सवाल जानना है कि कितने ऐसे और पॉकेट्स हैं, कितने ऐसे पॉइंट्स हैं, कितने ऐसे प्लेसेस हैं जहां पे एयरलिफ्टिंग की अभी भी ज़रूरत है, और वो अगर वेदर ठीक रहा तो कब तक पूरा हो जाएगा?
कल तक अगर केदारनाथ में वेदर होल्ड होता है, हमको ऐसा जैसे आज स्लॉट मिला है वेदर का वैसे मिलता है, तो केदारनाथ में हम काफी कुछ वहां से निकल जाएगा। हर्सिल में हमको मेरे ख्याल से और 2 दिन लगेंगे। आज 1000 लोगों को निकाला है हमने हर्सिल में, ऑलमोस्ट 982। आई थिंक देयर वर 2200 एंड सम मोर आर कमिंग इन फ्रॉम करसाली एंड फ्रॉम दैट एरिया, and some are located at Maneri also. 2 days is a fair guess. In 2 days we'll clear them off if we get weather like the kind of weather we get today.
ऐसे कितने पॉइंट्स हैं और यहाँ पे स्कैटर्ड होकर छोटे-छोटे रूट्स में?
अभी तो सिर्फ एक बद्रीनाथ है, एक पिथौरागढ़ है, पिथौरागढ़ के आसपास जो है, और हिमाचल में स्पीति वैली में कोई लोग हैं, रामपुर से वहाँ जाते हैं, ओके, पियो और करीन कंपोई वहाँ है, और इन हर्सिल सेक्टर गंगोत्री तो सब क्लियर है बस, और सिर्फ 3 ही जगह है,
3 से 4 जगह हर्सिल में भी है,
हर्सिल
उसके नीचे, पटवारी, मनेरी।
Hello. The Met Department has predicted bad weather for tomorrow, I believe. How well prepared are the different agencies to handle that? How would that affect rescue operations? And secondly, the State Chief Minister had said that, we were in the process of installing Doppler radars, but because of some concerns raised by different ministries, we were not able to do that in time. So, your comment on that?
I don't have the information regarding the second part of your question. We will have to get that from the state government. But I'll request Air Marshal Dev to address your question regarding how the weather will affect the operations tomorrow.
Weather is, firstly, nobody can predict weather exactly. Okay, today we thought that the day is written off in the morning, but we managed to, in fact, this is the best day for us. Okay, 3,100 people we are extracted. Tomorrow, if we get a clear slot of 4 hours to 5 hours, we should be in a position to do our job. Just 4 to 5 hours is what we need. We have so many assets deployed that even if the weather clears for half an hour, a substantial number of persons can be extracted. Our main worry starts day after tomorrow when it starts raining. If there continuous rains and in the morning, rains start early morning, then extraction becomes difficult. Army, ITBP, NDRF, they are also aware of this weather, and there are measures in place to ensure that sustenance is given. Doctors are there, medical teams are there. Nobody is stuck alone. Army, NDRF, ITBP, somebody is always with them. They're in touch.
in spite of the prediction, we can always hope for better weather. However, we've got contingency plans in place. All people well taken care of, as well as can be possible. And the contingency plans are in place, and we'll like to evacuate them at the earliest.
I'd also like to just add to that the effort continues to be that the airlifting will go to the most weak, the infirm, the elderly who are not able to walk. All those who are fit, who are able-bodied, they are being encouraged, they are being handheld to come by land. Wherever the roads are there, to take the vehicles to come down. Wherever the roads are not there, to come on the tracks, with the full help and the support of all the agencies. So that really is the way that the evacuation is being managed.
How long do you think it takes to wrap up the entire evacuation process? How many, would it take another week? I mean, as per your estimate, although it's difficult to predict, but if you have an idea on that.
If Badrinath if road connectivity is not there, only airlift is there and the weather stays clear, then I estimate 4 days for Badrinath to clear. But both Army, DGBR, everybody is working to establish road connectivity. So
get the light vehicles going much faster. If we can get the right vehicles going, it will be much faster. That's why those 2 bridges have been moved, both on the Kedarnath axis at Sonkriyag to bridge the Songanga, and at Pandukeshwar to bridge the Alaknanda. These 2 bridges are likely to come up by tomorrow, and once we can then take on the shuttle from wherever the vehicles are parked. Vehicles are there on the road, and that will be much faster actually.
If there are no questions, then we'll end up today. Thank you very much. We are likely also to have a similar briefing tomorrow evening after the Cabinet Secretary's meeting. We'll let you know about the exact time. Thank you.